Alright, today I have a disgusting trash can lid on my desk with a piece of parchment paper underneath in the naive hope that the parchment paper will keep the disgusting trash from flowing onto my desk. I'm sure it'll help a little bit. So what we have here is a Wal-Mart brand Mainstays automatic trash can with like a motion sensor so that you wave your hand over it, the lid pops up. It's kind of life-changing. I know that term is used way too much these days, but this thing's amazing. However, by default it uses, I think, 2D batteries, and ain't no one got time for D's. I also bought these AA to D adapters, and we were using those for a couple of years. But I had to charge them all the time. I'm thinking maybe rechargeables don't work so good with this. And so yeah, constantly charging them, and then in the wintertime when it was cold, the thing just wouldn't work most of the time. So I was like, hey, why don't I take some of my spare 18650s, of which I have quite a few, since the voltage was similar, you know. This thing takes 2 Ds in series. I don't remember what voltage Ds are. Let's just say they're 1.5 times 2 is 3. And one of these is between, 3.7 and 4.2. 3.7 nominal. I think they can go down to like 2.5. So anyway, as an experiment, I hooked some up. I think I was using these absolutely garbage Verizon adapters. I'm probably gonna throw some hate out there on this video if I can, because I spent like 50 bucks on these and every single one of them split. The whole point of these was to make 18650 battery packs without having to spot weld. Awesome idea, terrible execution. I think they have since released a newer version that may work better, but they would not replace these for me, so I'm never buying from them again. Anyway, hooked those up, worked great, super powerful. I think it, overvolted the motor a bit, so this thing just hops up. And the only problem was the ghetto nature of which I had it installed. I was using these to kind of slip in under the contacts here, the springs, for positive and negative. And since these were busted, they just kept coming loose, and I would have to compress them back together by hand. So I want to do a more permanent fix. It's still going to be a really sort of ghetto fix. I got some 3D printed 18650 caps. I have the bus bars from this kit, which the lighting may be a little weird, so I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this. And right now it's just like compression fit, you know what I mean? It's they're tied in there and they're not going anywhere. Like if I were to drop this, they probably would come loose. So we're going to give this a shot. I'm basically just trying to avoid spot welding. Only because I don't want to. I just don't want to right now. I want our trash can to work as quickly as possible. This may end up taking longer, who knows. I do have a 1P BMS here that I took out of, which ones am I on? I took this out of just some consumer electronic I have that uses a single 18650. So this would be useful for charging and discharging these, but I also don't really want to mess with that. So I think I'm just going to use these cells directly directly to the terminals in here without a BMS. You're not supposed to do that. But it's a very low current application, and I'm not terribly worried about it. But these are unprotected cells, so really, to be safe, you'd want to use a BMS. I think this lighting might be just horrible. There we go. Nice little fill light. Might help a little in terms of showing what the hell I'm doing. Let's leave it on, see what happens. So anyway, yeah, unprotected cells, really not the ideal way to do this. Let's go ahead and see what we can do here. So let's test. Are these connected? Yes, we got sparks. Okay, so really, probably should have thought about this more before I hooked it up. But let me just show you guys how this thing works, so you can understand why I'm going through all this stupid trouble to fix it instead of just buying a new one. But that's mostly because I'm cheap. I'm cheap and I like to fix stuff. All right, there you go. Boom. Boom, TikTok. So, yeah, with the regular batteries, it would not jump up so quickly. So we like that. And with these batteries, I had this thing running for over a year and I still didn't need to charge them. So that's another reason why you want to use a BMS, so that your cells don't go below the recommended voltage. Again, this is a really low current application. These cells should last like a lot of these cycles before needing to be charged. So I'll just occasionally go out there and check the voltage manually, and maybe one day when I'm feeling froggy, I'll put a BMS on there. But anyway, proof of concept there. Now I just need a good way to sort of get these to stay. And I think I might just, let's see here. Taking a look inside. These little tabs work pretty damn well, at least on the positive side, because there's a lot of tension. But on the negative side, not so much. So I think what I'm gonna at least do with this negative side is just try and get this thing off of here. Let's just cut it. Take that out. Get myself some bare wire. A little twisty poo. Yeah, let's just do some solder. I don't want to worry about it. I mean, I still will, because this is such a hack job. Trusty $5 soldering iron. Anyway, Radio Shack. So, how old are you if you know what the hell a Radio Shack is. I think I bought this when they were going out of business. 2009, 10, something like that. And that's how long I've had this solder. So let's see if we're hot yet. Not quite. Well, now that's clean. We like that. Let's get a little bit of solder on here. Yeah, you can do it, buddy. See if I can't get a little in here. I don't even know where I'm trying to solder this to, and there we go. Sort of. Let's get some more. I want a big glob on there. Get the spring to open up just a little. Maybe I can push this cable up in there with friction. Solder it while it's in there. Come on, buddy. There we go. Alright, so get some stuff hot. Hope for the best. There we go. It's flowing. Give it a little pull test. So good. Alright, soldering iron off. Find a place for it to cool. Highly recommend a different type of soldering iron, one that has a base you can put it in so it can sit there and cool after. Alright, get this red wire out of my face. Pop this sucker in there. Whatever. It works. And now the pièce de résistance. Some goddamn Gorilla Tape. This shit solves most of my problems. And it sticks to these gloves quite a bit. Can I wrap it under there? I don't know. Starting here, pushing it. Oh my god, it's just so beautiful. I don't know if you can see this job I've done, but my god, isn't that pretty? So, you're walking to the trash can, hands are covered in chicken juice. All you gotta do wave your hand over the sensor. And then you get to see the inside, which is really disgusting. Anyway, that's it.